Hello my dear friends, welcome to Instant Electronic channel, and today we're gonna take apart with you this camera because I would like to know what's inside. But before we start, don't forget to subscribe and ring a bell because this is very important for the growing of this channel if you like my content. Okay, so how do we understand how to open this camera? So I already tried to look around and see how I gonna get through. So on this side looks like there is a little edge here, but it is probably just cosmetic. Yeah, you cannot get in. But on other hand, right here you can get in. So I'm using this guitar pick, which I actually mangled quite a bit, but it's still quite useful. So looks like here on the perimeter there is some possibility of entry. On the other hand, on this side is the very same story. You cannot get through this side. Looks like this is cosmetic, and also looks like this mold quite a bit similar. But on this side I think you can try to get in. Alright, so it's at least I can insert this little guy right here. So also we're gonna see how waterproof this camera. I'm not sure if it's gonna be waterproof after me poking around like this, but at least I'm, and I don't hear also the sound of the glue, so I'm not sure if it was glued or something, and I don't know how was it sealed. Okay, so but yeah, we clearly can get in. So we will proceed of poking around here and finding the way of actually to leverage and pull this cover out, and then I'm gonna do this with top here. So after quite a bit of poking around, I'm actually was not able to lift this cover without any damage, so I decided to look around to see maybe there's some screws, hidden screws or something. So what I noticed here, that this thing is actually glued, and you can just pull it just like this. Alright, it's quite sticky, so this guy is quite sticky, and there are 1, 2, 3 I think screw, and we're gonna unscrew those 3 screws. Cannot do this one. Oh wow, I don't want to strip them obviously. Okay, you need to think about something. Okay, so using this screwdriver I was able to pull those 3 little screws right here. So now I try to figure out how would I go. Still cannot go through here, or at least not without applying any. I can't really remove this one, so I try to kind of, it looks like it's it's glued to. Okay, looks like it's, oh, easy. Aha, so there is a little ring, looks like it's glue of a sort, and there is a bearing. Look at this, there is a bearing right here, which is obviously good to have in a rotating device. I'm wondering if I can pull out this bearing. So for pulling out I don't think I need to, but I just for giggles gonna do this. I have this thingy, and I'm just, yeah, looks like I'm just putting this under the bearing itself and just try to leverage it like this, hop hop, and it goes. So you go around slowly. This bearing probably glued as well. Yeah, I see the ring. Ta-da! Okay, there was no need to actually pulling out the bearing, but at least we can see what is this. It's I don't know, sealed bearing of brand Yogers. Oh no, sorry, it's it's not a brand, it's the diameter. 660 PS, 6505 RS or PS. Really hard to see black on black. Yeah, here's your bearing. That's cool. Alright, so unfortunately it didn't give us much. Yeah, there is still a screw right here, and this is clearly attached to some sort of a motor, and yeah, I thought I'm gonna see something like, for example, a way to open this door, but maybe if I if I unscrew this one, okay, maybe. I want to pull this out somehow. Okay, looks like it's not gonna give me much. No, I won't be able to pull it out because of this pin. Okay, don't do that. Now I just want to understand if I can reach somehow this way and just push this back door out. Can I? No. Okay, need to think how to remove this cover right here. Alright, so I have some progress here. After attacking this thing on this perimeter and also attacking it on this perimeter, also glue the lens not to scratch it, I could not get in, so I decided to attack it from this angle. Okay, so this is one of the approaches I'm trying to take when disassembling Wyze Cam V3. So I'm using hot plate set to 89C in order to warm up the glue on this arm and pull it apart. So this is after, as I mentioned, I could not approach it from not this end, not this end. So now I'm doing that. As you see in my video, the hot plate set to 89 degree, warmed up the glue, and as you see, it quite glued inside. It has also these latches, but also quite a lot of glue. So all this surface was glued. So now what I have to do, try to remove those screws and see if I can get this out. I don't know, because this thing is not getting out. No freaking way. So there is a little wire coming through here, so I don't want to destroy it, so it's quite important, and it also got pulled when I was pulling out. So now let's just unscrew this and see what's gonna happen. Maybe it's not gonna go anywhere because this is just a little arm, but I don't know, maybe it will. For me it's important just to free first the bottom part, then oh, that's really tough. Then I'm gonna go with the top part. Probably gonna be the same way. Okay. Okay, what now? I don't know. I do not know. It's not coming loose. Oh, it's glued as well. Ho ho ho, everything is glued here. Okay. That's it. So we are going nowhere. Okay, so that's not gonna help me, as you see. Well, at least I solved this problem. I know how to get in here. So my idea was that there is some kind of screw which actually going through here and holding this thing. So it looks like there is no screw. So potentially, like, I was thinking that if there is a screw, if I start pulling this, I will break it or something. But yeah, there is no screw. So yeah, I'm just gonna put those three guys back on. Maybe just leave it like it now. Maybe put at least one screw, because it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. So I have to again try to attack it from this angle. Sorry, this angle again. Okay, my dear friends, after poking around for quite a while, I think I do have a progress here. So I was able to pull this one out, and technically to pulling this out, I still unable to actually go through this side. So is whatever is going on here, I have no idea. Yeah, even there is a little gasket, a silicone gasket going around, and looks like I already ripped it because I tried to yank this this wall, so no success. But you are capable of actually pulling this contraption. We already unscrew those little screws and the central screw right here. So apparently if you would be able to wiggle this thing to the side, like to the side, you would be able to go around this retaining thingy, and this plastic part just slides on this motor or servo shaft. So here we are, we have access to this, I don't know what is this, is it stepper or servo, but here we are, we have access, and now we can nicely pull this little guy out. And this is DC 5 volt. Yeah, how many contacts go in there? 4. It's clearly a servo, or it's actually could be a stepper motor. As you also, if you pay attention right here, 2 screws are missing. So in order to unscrew those 2 screws, I was able to use this little tiny screwdriver, poke through here, or also try to use this little screwdriver, go through, I'll use this one, it's easier to show, through here, first of all align these openings with those screw holes right there, like this, and use this tiny screwdriver to unscrew. You see I'm going with this? This is crazy shit, but I have to do this. Yeah, this is here we are. So I was able to unscrew and pull all this contraption. You don't have to do that, because just unscrewing this central screw and wiggling this little bit to the side, and you can pull it out. But unscrewing those 2, like this and this, gave me a chance to wiggle it even more and actually pull this out with ease. Alright, so we got this out. So now I would like to understand what the hell is going on here that I cannot. You see, it's broken. You see the broken, unfortunately ripped the silicone gasket, so this not waterproof anymore. And here are some screws. So yeah, here is one of them. So how am I gonna put this all back together without actually getting it completely unscrewed? I have no idea, but this is what we have. So I still cannot wrap my mind why this is not cooperating. I'm just gonna get this screw out. Okay, those 2 screws are out. Yeah, I still cannot wrap my mind why it's not cooperating. Okay guys, I have a I think I figured it out. Turned out to be this very thingy. You just glued this little panel, not screwed, not latched, it is glued. So what are you gonna do now? Instead of breaking this thing away, I'm gonna put it on my heat plate again and warm up all this stuff, and this probably gonna give me a better chance to actually warm nicely to remove the glue. And I assume over here is the same, so I'm gonna glue this, warm it up as well and take it away. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that's gonna how it's gonna work. At the same time, also unscrew that and detach this cable, because I don't want to break it. Yeah, so my heat plate is already warming up, and I'm gonna unscrew this little thing in the meantime. Alright, so I unscrewed. Ta-da! So this is removed. So now this thing is not gonna, this is just USB, micro USB adapter. So it converts micro USB into this long cable, which actually wraps around the shaft of this stepper motor. Alright, so probably my heat plate is already done heating, and I'm gonna warm up this thing and see where we go with this. Alrighty, so we firmed this thing up. Oh yeah, it's much easier. It was sitting for about 10 minutes. Much easier for sure. And it's much more stickier now. Ta-da! Oh, here we are. So this is our back panel, and here we are. We have 4 freaking screws. Why would you think I was not able to pull it apart? Just because it has 4 screws. And I was actually, when I opened this out, I was probing with my fingers like, okay, what is this cylindrical thing is here? Obviously, those are screws. So let's unscrew them. All 4 screws are unscrewed. And all this contraption just easily slides out. And obviously the gasket is completely ruined by me. This is stupid, of course, of me. But now when you're gonna do this, you will learn on my mistake. So this is what left. And here we are. We have access to all those goodies inside the camera. But I do believe it's not gonna be too much of goodies, because here looks like, okay, this is speaker. This is our speaker contraption. I'm gonna put it aside, and we will get in here and we will free this little board. Okay, we can free this little board here and disconnect the stepper. Okay, so our stepper motor is disconnected. Okay, so looks like this is glued over, so I won't be touching that. So now what's left? Looks like there is not much electronic going on here. This is all passive here. So all brain and stuff is happening right here. So now our next step is actually figure out how to get in here. So probably I'm gonna do exactly the same. We'll try to warm this up nicely and detach all the things. So this lens cover and the front panel is definitely glued, as well as the same way as this back panel with the speaking wire where the speaker grill is. So we're gonna continue after I warm up this top thingy on my hot plate, and now I think I will try to carefully and nicely, yeah, here we are, it going. Hear it? Yeah, my theory was right. Top is designed exactly the same like bottom. I'll take something more plasticky. It's not really going that easily. Want to preserve as much as possible glue in order to re-glue it back on, so I'm trying not to really tug on it too much. Ta-da! Oh, here we are. Interesting. Oh, I see. I thought, how come I have a fingerprint right here? I thought there is a glass. No, actually, camera lens is actually poking through, and there is a rubber gasket right here, and there is a rubbery thingy over here. So we got true. What we have here, right here on top of it, we see right away 4 LEDs, and obviously this plastic is infrared transparent. Then we have, I don't know what it is, this is not LED. This is probably microphone, this one. Oh no, sorry. This is LED, and but is microphone, I have no idea yet. So let's just keep digging. So again, we have to unscrew 4 screws on the perimeter here, and we will continue. We have our 4 screws out, and let's see what's gonna happen if I try to lift it up. Let's try to lift it. Oh, the whole contraption comes out. Okay, okay. I hope this is not connected to this wire, otherwise we're gonna have a little bit of a issue here. Because somewhere there it's supposed to... Okay, let's use this one, not to... Okay, has a little bit of a... You see the gasket here didn't really... Probably after my poking around, didn't really align. Okay, now it's aligned. So top a little bit more waterproof here. Okay, something is interfering. What that could be? Okay, let's try to open this one and see. Here we are. It looks like this is not connected. This is not connected, okay? But still, we have to kind of detach it no matter what. Let's see what's not letting me pull it out. Ah, I just need some little bit of force. Ta-da! Okay. So, okay, here is our cable. It comes all the way this one, multi-strand ribbon cable right here. Okay, this is SSD slot, this is button. Okay, so we have to detach this guy. Wait, this is not detached, this is lift one. No, it's maybe detached. No, I was right, that was actually a lift one. Okay, so we lifted that. We can reach out to pull this. Alright, this is out. It's like LED and SSD contraption. Alrighty. Next. Okay, so next is to unscrew the board, I think. Let's unscrew the board. Only 2 screws. Board is coming out. Looks like the whole thing is... Okay, let's first detach this cable. Okay, this is the... Alright, so we detach that. Now we have to detach servo or stepper cable. We're gonna use little pliers here. Just make sure. Alrighty, okay. So our main board is out. 2 little screws. Okay, I'm super excited by now. Okay, so the cables are coming out this way. You see, through this little hole. Do I need to pull them out? I think I can. Sorry, I'm not following why. Alright, here we are. Alright, we detached top from bottom. So this is the bottom and this is the top. Looks like our top part is geared differently than the bottom part. So this is, yeah. And obviously it has bearing right here, it looks like, and it's very interesting how they designed it. There is only 2 screws, so yeah, why wouldn't we just unscrew them as well, for heck of it. I'm gonna check if those are the same kind of motors or different. Maybe they have different voltage or different steps and things like that, but highly likely they are identical. There are 2 clips I see here holding those. Right, just 2 clips, no more screws. Yeah. How this is attached. More screws. Okay, it's tricks like tricks everywhere. I'll show you something interesting right now. At least screws are all identical. Go away, go here. Now, in order to unscrew, I think you have to rotate. Are they able to rotate? Rotate, look at this. Ah, it's not really aligning properly. Do I have to do that? I don't think I have to do. Let me pull this out and see what's gonna happen. One side and just another side, okay. Alright, I don't think I have to. Yeah, it's alright. Don't have to unscrew anything and do any tricks. Looks like it just goes out. Maybe not. Even if I unscrew that little screw right here, it's not gonna come out anyways. So I just need to figure out how to pull this thing out. Because what's happening here, the inner gear is actually like inner gear right there. You see the inner gear is interfering with the outer gear. So I'm not sure how would I pull this out nicely. Yeah, here we are. It's possible to wiggle it out. Nice. And the bearing. Do I have to pull out the bearing? Bearing is actually, it's highly likely it's just glued, but I cannot pull this out. I don't want to pull it out. So guys, there is a bearing right here. It's probably glued like other bearings, but it was easier to tug on this bigger bearing because it's just a much bigger surface. This is small, and I'm gonna keep it right there. So what kind of bearing is really hard to say. It's let me tell you, 68012. So this is 68012 bearing. This one, 68012 bearing. All right. So let's just continue. Let's unscrew that. It's very important. Let me, you know what? Before I continue, let me do something here. Just to make sure I'm gonna put this correctly back. I'm gonna mark this, you know, just to see how it's, because you can put it like this or like that, like 180. So I decided to use permanent marker to mark the thing, just to make sure I'm gonna put it back on. I didn't do this with this one, so that's gonna be fun, but I couldn't because it was inside when I disassembled it. Looks like they are different, actually. They are different. Oh my god, these are different steppers. I assume they are steppers because they have 4 wires coming into them. So it'll be also interesting to see what kind of stepper drivers they are using. Clearly, this is going to be integrated stepper driver, not just some, you know. Okay. Here we are, 5V DC, but L3A2B1, whatever it means. So cool, but it's much smaller, as you see, it's much smaller. Like, look at those two. Yeah. Nice, and it's contraption. So technically I could have pulled out the similar contraption right out of here. Look at this. So maybe I just, oh, 4 screws. So this one has 4 screws. There is a similar assembly right here, but I unscrew it from the different angle. So I could not, I didn't have to do it, I think. Okay, so let's move all this crap, those tools away, and let's just show you the whole freaking picture, how many bits and bobs we got here. Even further down I can actually unscrew. It's not unscrewing is not done yet. I'm sorry. Where's my screwdriver? Here. A little bit more here. My hands are shaking, I'm so excited. Now here is microphone. Okay, this is the microphone. Here is the tiny wire comes gone there. Okay, this is not visible. Let me put it somewhere that all these bits and bobs, this stuff is, those are a bunch of screws, is visible. Alright guys, so after quite intensive teardown, we finally got to the guts of this Wyze Cam V3 pan and tilt. As you see, it was not trivial, but once I figured out how to unglue those little thingies, this is no big deal. So now, as you see, it's quite a bit complex engineering thingy. It's much more complicated than regular Wyze Cam V3. And what we're gonna do now, we're gonna take a look at the electronic bits and pieces and see what is consist of. So obviously the most two interested parts would be these two at this stage of the video. And also I'm contemplating actually unscrewing the whole lens assembly and taking a peek on a sensor, because I'm very interested to see what kind of sensor is there. So now we're gonna concentrate on a electronic. I have some progress with the coding of these chippies. So let's talk about what we have on this board. So the obvious and biggest thing here is Enginic T31, I don't know, it's like multimedia SoC. So this guy is actually pretty cool chip. I think it's exactly the same which was used in Wyze Cam V3 and not pan and tilt. So this is SoC with AI. It has person, face, pet, vehicle, etc. detection. It supports H.265 and it can run up to 1.5 gigahertz. So it's quite good chippy. So all datasheets are gonna include in the article on my website. Another second big and important thing is this thingy. This is clearly a Wi-Fi chip, which is Alto Beam 6331. It is this little guy here, or ATBM 6031, which is 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi BGN. So it's only 2.4, not 5, unfortunately. And I thought it has Bluetooth. No, it does not have Bluetooth. It's very basic, cheap, just plain Wi-Fi for you. Then another important thing is this flash memory, which is Cepheon QH128A, 128 megabit serial flash. Well, pretty straightforward. On this side we have a, what is this, 8733A 2-watt class K audio amplifier. So yeah, this is our audio amplifier. So over here, that's actually, yeah, I know what it is, but it's a question why it's here. This is where is this? I have this little list here. No. ULN 2803L. It's 8 Darlington array. Why? I do not know. I have theory that this guy is actually used to drive motors. That's a theory, because just because, did I miss something? Okay, on this side I think I'm good. Let's turn on other side. Just because this little dude right here is 6208 motor driver. So, but we have definitely not just one motor, right? We have 3 motors. Why 3? 2 motors you see right there, like those 2 steppers, right? And 1 motor is inside this lens, hence this little wire here. So this little wire is a shutter motor, on the infrared shutter on this lens. That's very important. So I presume, so this little driver is just for that motor, and this Darlington array and some associated electronics around it is to drive our steppers, because there is no dedicated stepper driver. Like I would expect it to see here, like because like in 3D printing, I'm definitely familiar with stepper drivers, but there is no such driver here. So I assume this is used for that. That's my assumption, guys. If you have another theory, please shoot, because let me, how will I put this lens? Okay, this is probably gonna be something like that. More, I'm gonna poke it. All right, that's easier. Yeah, so on then we have those 1, 2, 3, 5 pin jobbies. I have no idea what are these. So look, one of them is SKU-GB, those, and SKU-GG. So we have this SKU-GB and SKU-GG. Have no idea. I couldn't find anything about it. And this little dude right here is ADJ27. It's same pretty much story. Have no bloody idea what is that. So as far as the main brain goes, this is gonna be it. So let's look on this side. So on this side we have a micro SD slot, we have 4 infrared LEDs, we have 2 green and color LEDs. I don't remember what color, I think it's blue and red. Then we have reset button, and we have 2 transistors, which are, I assume, to drive LEDs, to drive, well, this is clearly, this one I'm not sure where it's going. Looks like it's going to this LEDs as well. So yeah, this is what it is, and there is nothing else. Maybe some passives on this side, looks like, under this sticky thing. Yeah, looks like just some passive resistor, not even transistors, like resistor and capacitor stuff. And big ribbon cable goes to the main board, because this has pretty much no brains here. So over here we have a little board with a microphone, as I mentioned. So this is actually main retention bracket, which actually keeps everything together. And over here we have a some kind of deflector for LEDs, you know. So this is microphone little opening, this is those 2 colorful LED opening. So on this little electronic board we have not much else going on except just 2 connectors, one to micro USB and another is for a ribbon cable, which actually connects whole thing to this board. Two motors. Let's talk about those two steppers. So these guys are 4-phase, 5 wires, 5-volt DC stepper motors. So one of the wires is actually a VCC, and for other wires they are connected to the phases. So that's exactly, they are probably going to be driven exactly the same, they just different size, and therefore they probably, this one less powerful, that's why it's geared, this one a little bit more powerful, probably consume a little bit more current. So one of them is 24 BYJ48 DC 5-volt. They also exist also in 12-volt version, and this little guy is 20 BYJ46. Yeah, and I have found specs on them, so they are very inexpensive stepper drivers, so which is actually pretty good to have them here. Okay, so that's gonna be it, and very last things which what we would like to do is actually take a look what kind of sensor we have, which would require pulling me this contraption out. And the most important, or I would say the most interesting to me, is to see what kind of sensor we have here. So let's just take it open. Well, I'm curious what we're gonna see here. Oh, there is more screws. Okay. Yeah. This is probably gonna just remove lens contraption. Okay. Yeah, just this is Teardown. Let's get to. Oh no, yeah. All right, look at this. This is lens contraption. In here, we have a solenoid of a sort. Yeah. So this is not motor; it's a solenoid. And you see the filters? You see how different they are? It's amazing. One filter and another, and looks like it goes like this. Okay, let me hope I'm not gonna break anything permanently. See? It goes click and click. Click and click. Amazing. Okay, but that's not what we after. Let me put it back on, just to not have much dust coming in. We are after the sensor. In order to see the sensor, I think I have to unscrew this side and just try to, oh yeah, that's better. Okay. Ta-da! And nothing we see except a sensor. This is just a sensor. Probably in order to understand what is it, I have to either look using the microscope or I don't know. So, but here we are. This is the sensor. I'll try to look on this on microscope, but I don't have really contraption that attaches camera to the microscope, so I have to think about it. So anyways, so here's the sensor. I'm gonna put it back on at the moment. I try to put it back as quickly as possible to eliminate the dust coming into it, because that's gonna be pain in the ass to clean. Alrighty, as I think I'm gonna wrap up at the moment, so I think we got as much as possible disassembled in this thing. Okay guys, I think it's enough of disassembling. Oh yeah, few more things I forgot to mention. So this is apparently Wi-Fi antenna. Okay, looks like, because it's close to this chippy. Interesting, this is not on board. It's some sort of like a band metal kind of antenna, but it clearly is, because there is no any other antennas here. Also notice there is a jumper here, it has 2 pins called G1, so I'm not sure what is this. Is it serial? So something to probe some time, probably gonna spend some time probing around. And there is also boot cell. I'm not sure what is this about. but there is something unpopulated, so I'm not sure what is boot cell specifically. This looks like a VIA, or this. Actually, this rather looks like VIA. This or that. So there are three things here. So boot cell, and see what's going on. There's a whole bunch of test pins right here, as you see. Like all those are pogo pins for probably testing or debugging or flashing, and nothing on this side though. Lots of them on this side. So yeah, interesting what's going on here. Yeah, so this is antenna. Again, this may maybe in case when you want to like boost the signal or something, you can whip up some kind of, you know, external antenna. This possibility, but keep in mind that this thing is swiveling and rotating, so yeah, it has to be somehow properly designed, but there's a possibility. So if you make it waterproof, that's probably can be done. So yeah. Oh yeah, another thing, I'm gonna take some pictures, and after I take pictures, I'm gonna assemble it together. You know what, after all guys, this video is getting way too long, and I decided not to proceed with assembly at the moment. So assembly procedure will be in another video. So at this point, we're gonna leave all this mess on the desk and stop this video right here. But at least you know how to access internals of this camera in case you want to play with the lens, or you want to do some hackery, probing around, maybe add some Wi-Fi antenna, maybe, you know, add some battery, but I don't think you can do this because I think it's not enough space. So yes, we're gonna stop now, and guys, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you like my channel. If you like my content, please comment away. Thank you for watching again, see you next time, and ciao, stay safe.